Alright, there is a treasure box to be had, and I want it. The weird thing is, I don't know if I saw it in the same place that I did in the first version of this level. Which is a little over halfway through the stage or something like that. It's roughly up there, I think. But we'll take a look. Oh, hello. Great. Good. Just stumble right off and fall. Up here. I'm curious if I can get up here, though. I feel like you ought to if you really... I don't know. I feel like if you get the right spin or something, you ought to be able to. Or if you do this, actually. Because now it's downhill with me. This is kind of just me seeing what I can do, but come on, I ought to be able to get up there. Yeah, staying up is another matter. Okay. So... It's not right up here, I don't think. But it's somewhere that was more clearly difficult to get up. I think it might be that one there, is where I remember it being. Yeah, like on top of here is where I remember seeing it in the past. I feared you had to bounce up from these spinners. Or on top of this one specifically. I don't know if I see it like I had before. Yeah, it's still up there. Okay. That's annoying because it just gives the impression that you have to have a really obnoxiously precise bounce off of some stuff to get up there. I'm slightly tempted to see if I could do something where, like, getting up this way? If I manage to correctly jump up like that, that won't really give me a way up there. And that would be really annoying to try to get a precise bounce for, but I have a feeling it's what I have to do. Which could put in the category of stuff for me to just do off-screen or something. Because I'd just be sitting here for like half an hour trying to get a particular bounce off this thing. I'll see if I can get at least any bounce that confirms that it looks plausible to get up that way. You could absolutely jump and just skip this checkpoint and so on too. But that particular... These bounces seem kind of okay, but I need to go more up for one, and also more... You know, not off in this direction. I guess I'd like to just confirm that I'm getting the right idea to start with. Unless there's some other way of getting up there that I'm missing, which is plausible. Going through this backwards will not be fun. I don't think I can really... Yeah, I can't really jump over there from here. Okay. Do this the hard way. So the thought could be, well, hey, I could try to do something like getting up here without using the power-up or similar. I don't think the power-up respawns if you don't use it though, right? So I can't just use it and then grab another instance of it. I'm trying to see if I can like jump off of this thing just to get more speed or something. See if I can get up here somehow. Just some way of getting a bit more speed to... What? Oh, I didn't activate a checkpoint. Okay, hold on. I will make a promise of at least seeing the next stage this episode as well. Alright. It's one checkpoint down. The one drum in this song that you just occasionally hear, at least that I only hear in my right ear. I don't know if everyone has the same experience. Is a drum that I'm not sure I like hearing or not. Also, plausible that the right way of doing this is actually to start from here when this is how the gravity is. There's not a gravity pad somewhere else I can use this there. I don't think there is. That's annoying. I'm wondering what if, before I activate that gravity pad, I start gaining speed running up to the pad. Because that's not really possible after activating the pad, because then that slope is uphill. But it's not a slope prior. Oh, there's a gravity pad here. Whoops. I don't know if it was really reasonable to try to come all the way back to this thing, though. Yeah, I'm also, if I haven't explicitly said so, I don't remember if I have, what I'm pondering here is whether I could also come up like this. I wasn't really looking to not activate the gravity, although that's an interesting consequence of what I just did. It's a very interesting consequence, actually. Is that useful? I was just thinking, hey, I have this additional power-up now that I can use. Could perhaps be a little useful. But I know if you do it right, you can get a little bit of spin and get a higher jump off the wall by using your forward spin. I'm not finding it particularly easy to do, though. See, I almost got it that way. I like that. But if I got up there, I could perhaps use the speed jump, the speed boost to get up there a bit more easily. It's across that gap between that one and between the block I'm jumping onto and the next. I'm really not sure. I also don't know if the gravity is going to reset if I restart here, which I don't know if that'd be a good thing or not. There's nothing I can do is just try to jump from here onto it. Which of course is dangerously close to the spinning bars, but... Ah, that is so annoyingly close. I don't know why I'm thinking that an additional jump here might help. It's not really how jumping usually works in this game. I get a speed boost in the second jump, kind of, sometimes. I've complained about the seeming inconsistency of spin and so on in this game before, but jumping at the wall at that angle means I don't actually get extra. Means the wall just slows me down. Okay. At this point, the thought is, maybe there's a better way of doing this. Also, out of curiosity, if I do go on the right here, I do kind of wonder No, I don't think I can get enough air to go up that way. Okay, it does reset the gravity if I do this. Which I don't know if is good, to be honest. Oh, they actually made the edge's gravity well here too. That's kind of funny. Of course, another way of doing this I also haven't mentioned is you could try to do it from here. Try to get hit by this thing to go up there. It also seems equally unpleasant, more or less, to try to do. But now, at the very least, I guess I can kind of try to launch myself up with this surface. That wasn't a particularly strong attempt, but I might be able to use the wall to my advantage a little bit here. But I won't be able to jump back up here without the speed boost anyways, so. But this does mean I think if I have the speed boost, then I can feasibly just try to get up. Oh, cool, I guess. Well, cool. I don't really want to do this. Like, that's a nice little trick jump and all, but... if I can just bounce upwards off of this one, then onto this rock. It's really hard to time that, though, because you're still on a... you have to move around kind of quickly, and you're on a sloped incline. Ugh. This is obnoxious. Yeah, having to... that's a lot of things to have to make work at once. Being on a sloped incline and having to get very specific timing and a very specific positioning off of a moving, spinning target. Ugh. Did not manage to escape the gravity there. I don't think I'm going to be able to do, say... well, not that, for one. But I also don't think I'm going to be able to... say, go on this thing. Okay, that's probably my best bet right now. That's a pretty doable jump. Okay, we got something. That's very feasible. Way more consistent than anything else I've been looking to do so far, because that's just bouncing off of a bumper. Cool. Oh, cool. Why not? Alright. So I did promise we'll see that next stage. I think this one's probably more appropriate than this one. If we had a much more specifically tennis ball colored trail, it might be appropriate, but otherwise I think I'm happy with Contrail. Contrail's nice and versatile. I'm pretty fond of it. Okay, so I guess I'll take at least a quick look at the next stage. Olympus, that sounds familiar. Nice camera. I don't know if I recognize this or not. Yes, I will expect to give this stage its proper due next time. But I'll give it one quick acknowledgement to it. Yeah, I think this stage was in the prior version too, and I thought Okay, this is kind of fun, but also we already had at least one stage like this, and also it's a little crazily long. Absolutely on purpose. 100%. This thing is bouncing like a tennis ball. Don't think I'm moving it through this stage particularly quickly. Although I don't remember that, I'd say I don't remember that treasure box, but at the same time, in stages like this, I was never able to find the treasure boxes, so... Well, yep, that's an efficient way of moving. Ah, it's such a long stage, though. This is gonna be obnoxious to try to get a good time on. Especially since it doesn't feel like I was ever particularly good at getting good times on these massive downhill stages, even though they are fun. Trying so hard to go left right now. There we go, thank you. Okay, this one just keeps going. At the same time, I managed to inexplicably get a diamond, I think, for the first time on all the other downhill stages, so... Ah! Right at the end, too. Okay, well that's easily a gold. I don't know how or why. I feel like it should have been more difficult to get a gold on this stage. That's basically just don't die a whole bunch of times to get a gold, but... Yeah, okay. Well, next time we'll go for a diamond here instead. At least take a couple cracks at it. I'm not especially... Why is it so specifically 307.50? Who decided that we need half-second resolution for the 3-minute gold time? Whatever. Alright, next time we'll take a few shots of this one and see what we can manage. No promises.